Okay, hopefully that will start being nice. Yeah, okay. Oh, hello, hello. Test out everything here. Okay. All right, few other checks. Be prepared for some hideous, hideous audio. I don't know what's going to happen.
All these traditions, jack-o'-lanterns, putting on costumes, handing out treats, they were started to protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
Too loud. Way too loud. Okay, well, if that's that one, then this one is also going to be too loud.
Because this is the one night that the dead and all sorts of other things roam
Oh. All right, let's try one more time. Let's use the shorter one. I can barely hear it.
This is the one night that the dead and all sorts of other things roam free.
Okay.
Jack-o'-lanterns, putting on costumes, handing out treats. They were started to protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
Okay. I'm going to quickly test my thanks for watching screens because I know they're going to be way too loud as well. So bear with me. I am not going anywhere. Just testing.
These traditions,
Excellent.
jack-o'-lanterns, putting on costumes, handing out treats, they were started to protect us, but nowadays, no one really cares.
I don't know why that came back on, but yay. All right. Now I can actually just craft because everything works. It just works. It just works. All right. Now, theoretically, I should have my monitoring screen right here so I can see what everybody's seeing. And I can open up my little restream thing right here so I can see what everybody's saying. I am in paradise. Can't believe it took me so long to dump that goddamned oh, here restream. There we go. So how you doing, Sarah? Yes. Nailed it. I am so stoked. Done fighting with XSplit. OBS is free, and I have a feeling that when I get to use it even more than this, then it'll be perfect. Definitely make sure. Yep, we're still on the character stream. This is just live monitoring. Fan freaking tastic. I think this is going to be so worth it. So stupidly worth it. Okay, I can put this away. And there's just a button that says start streaming and stop streaming. I can change stuff. I can say anything. Oh, I just hope that the restream chat works well. Typically it does. I've used it before. This, of course, means I can no longer stream to Facebook, but I can always just copy paste my link to my live on there. Oh, all right. I'm so tickled I don't even know where to begin tonight. Oh. Super stupid tickled, and I can send out my test chat. I don't see it coming through on YouTube. Let's see if YouTube is being stupid in the chat department. YouTube is often being stupid in the chat department. Okay, no, good. There I am. Sweet. Okay, so we got a stem to do on camera. We've got some witch candles in need of some dark walnut stain. I'll probably start there. I got that skull, which needs some creepy eyes painted. Yeah. Oh. So for some reason, that stain just did not float the biscuit. Right, fuzzy cat. Yes. All right, now we need some dark walnut. We need some dark walnut where there's actually some stain left in there. Please be, that's brown mahogany. Let's hope I don't have to pull this bit out. There we go. Some more dark walnut. Fantastic. I should probably bring the brown mahogany over. I can live without a fan on me. Hey, Berlina, how we doing? I hope you are having a wonderful night. I know that I have straightened out a lot of the nonsense that was occurring with streaming software. Yeah, thicker brush than that. Which is fun. I have lots of brushes and lots of time. I'm ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. I got everything rocking and rolling. I got earbuds I can even play music on. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So what are you guys all working on tonight? Who's got fun stuff? What shall we listen to? Music. Renaissance Vinland Saga. I'm thinking Dance with the Dead. Celtic. Crook Shadows. Gamma. Do I not have them right here? Who cares? I have the Dark Crystal soundtrack. All right, let's use up this older one. Get it good and burnt up. Oh, there's practically nothing in the bottom, and it's practically gelled. Let's see what we got from it. Yep, this will be the last hurrah of the dark walnut. Let's put this at a nice steepish angle. Wow, it's really really awful. How about we just crack a new can and pour those last drippings from the old one into this one. The stuff is such that it's not really seeping stain-wise, unfortunately. There we go. All right, my old friend, you did a great job for being a 2 for $1 wood stain. Absolutely magical. And now I'm feeling magical. Cha 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 cha. some witch candles. Roll. These guys don't really need a super darken. I hit them with special walnut last time. And it did a job, it just didn't do the job. My voice coming through all right if you guys are available to chit-chat? Hey, David, how we doing? I am doing so incredibly well right now, it's not even funny. I spent the last hour or so mucking about with OBS in place of XSplit, and it looks better. I think it sounds better. It's so much easier to utilize. I've got Restream going, so I've got all the chat. I've got buttons and stuff. I'm just so psyched. How are you doing, Sarah? Woo! I had one minor mishap where volumes of video bits were just turned up too high. And that was a quick correct, and now it's not a problem anymore. And if I need to, I will just start putting a link in Facebook about the bit there. Yeah, tech-wise tonight. And the OBS is so much more of a refined program. It doesn't, like if I was using XSplit, if I wanted to change a scene, I would click and then we'd go, all right, 3, 2, 1, and then the scene would change. And with this one, it's like I click and it's changing. So, yeah, I'm done with XSplit. I wish I could get a refund, but I did get some good time out of it, so I got my money's worth. But I'm done with it. Oh, man. I feel like a kid who just got like the new G.I. Joe he'd been wanting for a while. Ooh, I just got the Sergeant Slaughter with the Kung Fu grip, yay! You still in your planning phase for your diorama, or are you got it fully underway now? I may have to try to come up with some slightly better light sources for these guys. Cool. Yeah, that camera seemed like a good one. Nice starter. Very much like my old starter piece. I'd still be using that one right now if it wasn't 1080p only. Not that you need 4K for streaming, but it's just nice to have for filming. And I'd kind of recommend you start off in 1080. Well, I should say, play with the camera for a bit. Start off whatever you want to start off in. It's not like resolution is worse or better at the high ends. It's just down to what the streaming services will countenance. Like I know YouTube, you have to have a certain number of videos and subscribers and whatnot until they unlock certain features. Yeah, I think you're gonna have a great time. Fuzzy cat, what are you doing, Madge? Hi. Good girl. You're a sweetheart. No. You're going to your spot. Okay. I gotta remember not to saturate this too much. Dark walnut stain is dark. Yeah, no doubt. Well, uploading and putting videos on YouTube is really, really easy. Really, really easy. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing videos of your stuff up there. Be nice to see your process and progress. I think you will have a far better idea of how to light your dioramas than me. You're already 2 in, and I don't even have a clue as to how I would begin on something like that, in terms of lighting at least. Too bad you can't get like a. Well, you could probably get a ground fog effect with like some cotton. I just don't know how good it would look. Hmm. Hmm. Good stuff, Sarah. Thanks for swinging in. Doing loom stuff sounds very relaxing. Yeah, there certainly is that frilly fuzzy spider stuff. I'd consider just using some polyfill myself. There we go. Let that sit for a minute or three. Kind of curious to see how things are in the regular stream. I can actually read that. That's not too bad. Wish the scaling was a little bit bigger, but after all the crap I've gone through, I will take what I get and be happy and ask for another. How did feels like oil on the surface? How did oil get on the surface? There's nothing in the container above it that contains oil. Must just be old stuff. I think the house is far more iconic with the films, and there is the tiny little pumpkin that's on the railing of the house, if I remember, that has a pretty iconic face. I would think that if you're gonna do the Myers stuff, you're gonna chime everything that dings the Myers buttons, go as iconic as possible, or at least that's what I'd be looking to do. Let's get ourselves a little. I don't know if I want to use water or mineral spirits. We'll start with water. Because when I think of Myers, I don't think of him standing in a cornfield typically. I think of him chasing Lori all over the damn place. Yeah. That's what I think of when I think Myers. I'd go for the house if it was my project. But as always, have a think. Do it the way you want to do it. One which candle. Pretty much set. Nice. My crazy little symbols are showing up. They might yellow, but I don't think that'll be a problem. You certainly can. Quite frankly, I'd be a little surprised if it didn't come with real hair on it. Especially if you go for a crazy good mini company rendition. Let's try this with just a tad bit of mineral spirits. Let's try dunking this a little further. There we go. Yeah, it's a much better solvent. Fantastic. There we are. I've been dreaming about doing these for a couple of years now. Now we have the first three. Perfect. They're not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's see here. Can use that as smoothing paste. I can work on the crown. I don't really think the crown's going to be out and necessary for this year, though. Quite frankly. We'll do a quick gets a soak. I don't want stain on my pumpkin parts. So just give this a quick mineral spirit cleanup. Okay, we're going to film the final stem machinations of the pumpkin. Work fine in there. I got a couple of big pumpkins that need doing. I better go grab some more toilet paper real quick. I probably ought to soak this bowl overnight. Get the crusties off. Well, I used up that roll. Samhain the cat. How are you, Fuzzbucket? I only have 2 more rolls upstairs. Alright, so we're gonna need this boy. He's not all the way dry on the bottom. Somewhat surprising. And we're gonna need this monstrosity. Ouch. Oh. Yeesh. Yeah, he's really not dry. Damn. His stem snapped sideward on me a little bit. Man, I can still flex this. And the thing I really don't like is his jaw's got a little bit of flexionation. We had a bunch of rainy weather today, a lot of humidity. So I'm not hugely surprised that he's in a bad way. I mean, with all the effort that went into it, 190 seems a fair price. I'm willing to bet it took you a fair while too. That wasn't a that wasn't a 1-2 splash food done. All right. Let's try to figure out a new way to get into this. Yeah, here on and off sounds like it was worth a fair amount of your time and therefore a fair amount of cash. All right, I don't really like this method unless you've got one hell of a sharp knife. Do I have anything sharper? Nope, I really don't. Not easily to hand, at any rate. This is the guy from last stream, assuming I'm following what you're saying. He's the video child whole project. I probably should have gone with a happy-faced one, but I'll put that in the thumbnails. What if we just pour water right on the whole mess? Oh, fluff, 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 fluff. And off it comes. Okay, that's the way to do it. Of course, though, I really shouldn't be fluffing the paper inside this bin. We should be fluffing the paper in a different bin because I need to collect the water elsewhere. Hello, fuzzy cat. Yeah. Hey, Joey, how we doing? Looking to see if my cat went to her new spot or came over towards me. Yep. What's new in your world, Joey? I know Dave's working on his diorama. You got anything cool going on? All right, let's try that same trick with this one. Roll into water. Spider pumpkins! Awesomeness. Yeah, my timing's been a little bit intermittent of late. But I finally kicked XSplit to the curb, so streaming software-wise, we've made a miraculous improvement. The water that I want is further away. That's too heavy. Spider pumpkins have been a pretty popular project that I've seen on Facebook of late. And you got 5 of them. How big are they? Are they monstrous, minuscule, or much the middle? You should have seen me yesterday. I was having one of those, where's the thing that I had 5 minutes ago moments? Nice. Splorchy, splorchy, splorch. Get the old pumpkin center and PVC legs, or going wire legs for smaller ones? What's going down? Unless you're working on them right now, and I'm trouble you asking you to stop every few seconds and type something when you want to get your projects done. One of these days, I should find a way to have like an open channel Discord where people can come in and talk about their projects on the air. I think that would be a lot of fun. Just do a Discord audio capture and send it out. All right, I know it fell. It wasn't that important. We're good. Oh wow. Okay, 8 to 11 inch. Cool. Very cool. That sounds like an awesome, awesome project. Oh. Yeah, I've seen a couple pumpkin spider stuff come across Facebook lately. There's, I think Lowe's was also putting out a pumpkin spider that many people were comparing their past creations to. Ah. All right, Scuzz water. If I put it over there, it's going to fall on Madge, and she's going to lose it. Let's put it on the ground where I can step on it and send it toppling later. All right. I should probably just keep this as smoothing paste. It's on its last day. It's getting a little whiffy. Mammoth finger strength, don't fail me now. Yes! I probably don't need that much drywall. Don't need that much drywall, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I do like my drywall. I'm going to order, I ordered some shelves that I should be able to route at least one of these cameras to. I'm looking forward to that. That way, at least this one won't get any wobble. The other one's kind of faded no matter what. But we should have at least one be relatively stationary. Hello, Rob. How we doing? How goes your world? I think we'll move to the slightly larger text. There we go. Getting aged. The eyes don't do so great with small text at a distance no more. Any fun projects or stuff going on in your world tonight, Rob? Okay, that's capped, so it shouldn't spill. First day of school. Fantastic. And hello, Christine. How are you doing? Is it your... We should clarify. Is this high school school? Is this college school? Is this grad school? What sort of school are we off to, Rob? And Christine, what are you up to tonight? Ooh, that's nice. Now, if you got your own front door and you're going to do Castle Grayskull, I'm doubting your high school. But you could be one of those adroit people who really gets to do it. You teach high school math. Phenomenal. I teach high school science. And if you're going back tomorrow, I am guessing you are probably somewhere down in the southern states, where they start in August and stop in May. Or I'm totally wrong, in which case it wouldn't be the first time. Castle Grayskull sounds awesome now. Texas, yep. Figured it was a southern state somewhere. I didn't know Texas started quite so early. Usually I think of Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, you know. Down in the more southeastern quadrant, and less the south central area. No problem, Christine. It's stupidly late. Maybe not stupidly late. How late is it? Where's my phone? 11:42. Where I am. I think this needs a little bit. It feels really dry right now. It's possible that these bits just aren't broken up very well. I can feel the grout. Let's give it just another moment to declumpify. Southern Louisiana, yep. That's where I think of when I think early starting school. But again, also early releasing school. So you're a 40K player too. Awesome. What is or was your army, Rob? I suppose I should recap this. I used to be a Tyranid man myself. Oh, Hackmaster. Also cool. I haven't read Knights at the Dinner Table in a long time. But I also have my copy of the Hackmaster guide somewhere. I need to be careful. That stuff is sloshing out of that ultrasonic cleaner very easily. We're a little too dry. This is the first time I've had that happen with this type of mush. Have a good one, Joey. Good luck on your spider pumpkins. Send us a picture when you get them all done. All right, we're going to add some flour for certainly not dryness. It feels quite dry enough, but I'm wondering if I just don't have the texture that the flour should provide. No matter what, we'll mess with the water balance till we got it. Aha! It's going to be a terrible day when this machine gives up the ghost. Ooh, puck lights, cool. This one I have been working on for precisely 3 hours and 35 minutes of actual hands-on time. Have you started any of your jars yet, Christine? How are they coming along? Assuming you've started. Ooh, let's see how we're doing. Very, very dry. Not terribly feeling, but very dry. Yeah, it's the kind of clay. It's not sticking to me at all. It's not even leaving any kind of residues. Let's moisten it up a bit. I gotta take stock of my puck lights. Considering I've got like 5, 6, 7 more pumpkins in the works here, it's gonna start getting crazy. Gotcha. If you want the inside foggy-ish without liquids, there's a couple ideas I've used. You probably already thought of some of them, but you can use a frosted glass spray paint on the inside that'll rapidly dry. And what else? Yeah, that's the main one. You could also hit it with a what is it? The satin colored lacquer. Sometimes the matte lacquer will also leave it kind of and flat. But I know I've done that before. And somebody actually suggested using the frosted glass spray paint to make fabric have that faded, aged look to it. But so I bought some with some fabric because I need to make a new costume robe. Ooh. 16 what? I mean, 16 is a good number, but 16 watts. Oh, 16. 314 each. Puck fights. Sorry, my brain is. I'm in full mode. I also have dark crystal music blaring in my ears. All right, let's grab a deep sample here. All right, just needs a little more flour, I think, then. Yeah, those puck lights have been getting nice and inexpensive for a while if you can find a good vendor. I just wish they all responded to the same remote. It's been my great gripe with them. But if we letter code our remotes, so it's not too difficult at all, but even still. All right. No matter what now, this has got to be. It's good enough. I'm not spending all night fine-tuning clay when it's hovering right in that, yeah, sure area. Absolutely. Hells to the yes. It's one of the reasons I made the group rather than the business page, because the business page I had to do everything and forward stuff on, and that just no 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 no. The whole point was for people to go, hey, check out what I got. So please, please, post your stuff. Show us your magic. Arrangement of the sages. I'm guessing you're talking about music for your scene slash haunt, and or tonality for your scene slash haunt. I always wanted to have a series of wind chimes set to that nice augmented fourth note that's just hateful to listen to. And if we ever got a little whoosh on Halloween night, then we come up with a bellow of god awful pipes. Could still be done. I just haven't really gone hog wild into experimentations for it. Yeah. Oh, it's for anything. Yeah, it's just what are you doing that's cool? So people can pass on ideas and show off their cool stuff. I had one guy who welded a giant octopus who put it up there. It's like an octopus chandelier type thing. It was really cool. Yeah. I mean, I think the only thing would be like just keep it spooky slash Halloweeny. And even if not, have fun. I want to see and share in your cool stuff. Because I'm always sharing my cool stuff. Sometimes I don't get to see other people's cool stuff. I would like to see their cool stuff. Their cool stuff might get me ideas to do my cool stuff. And then we all make cooler stuff. It's a win-win. I mean, it hasn't been tremendously active lately, but, we're also approaching the spooky season, so. Yeah, I mean, Dave just put his really nifty dioramas in there. He's got one with the Great Pumpkin and Linus, and his newest one is Mr. Bones guy. That's Sounds good. Hey, Rich, how's it going? I mean, if you put the Ghostbuster thing on, and then you put Venkman on the patch and gave his skin a bluish tint and maybe some black lightable highlights. Might be Venkman's ghost. People might get that. There we go. Crusties have been pulled off. So how you doing, Rich? What's your night like? Be careful with that thing. Fuzzy cat. Hi, Madge. Good girl. Oh. You're a good fuzzball. Yes, you are. Sitting behind me on a little square cardboard being cute. Well, this is an interesting clay consistency. Yes, I always leave my stuff to dry overnight. Constantly. Nice. I am just about to fire up the short filming section for one of the last stages before I break up the project here into subgroups. Okay, good. So we're going to have pumpkins of different levels. So if in the midst of me doing this, I don't instantly respond, try not to worry. All right, GoPro app. Polyfill, gotcha. I do like polyfill. If you're using puck lights, just keep it kind of thin. Really tease it out because polyfill will absorb, pardon, a fair amount of light before it goes too far. Enable preview. Hopefully this thing will get rolling pretty soon. No devices found. Give it a sec. Yeah. Ooh. I was just actually using some polyfill inside of a witch bottle to see how well it did. It was pretty good, but I didn't have a puck light underneath. Instead, I had fairy lights inside just to kind of see how well they diffuse the light. So, have a good one, Rob. Thanks for popping in. Good luck with your awesome door. I'm going to do that. There, we're going to slide this forward a bit. There. It's here. It's a little bit of a mix. So one thing I do like about the GoPro is you get your preview right on the phone, but you can also get that with a side view thing so you can watch what you're filming. I want this a little bit more. I just don't want the edge of our camera here to be popping into the view. All right, now I angled it down. Connection lost. Of course, connection's lost. It lost power. That's frustrating. Preview. I may just throw the battery in there. I don't like throwing the battery in there because it tends to heat up. Yeah, I hear you. You don't want to have your stuff just kind of be sitting out unused. Come here, my little friend. Shove a battery in you. Well, that seems to have solved our problem. This thing was like, yep, I got it now. All right. Good. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. I mean, cotton doesn't, it's not as good as the polyfill for transmitting light. And the other stuff just frosts the sides. Actually, the other thing you could throw in there, there's those clear plastic gem rocks that would diffuse the light. I'd hit the sides to frost them a bit, and then throw the plastic gem rocks in there. Those would do a great job of breaking up the light. But go with the polyfill. It's stupid cheap. If it doesn't work, then throw around more ideas. All right, I'm going to go into teaching mode on this thing. So let's start the recording. And grab ourselves a battery. Agreed. Yeah. Even watered down Elmers may cloud the side without too much effort, because that's practically what Mod Podge is. Or Mod Podge. Okay. Yes, I'm filming. It doesn't really matter because I haven't really started the mode there. Let's go into smile and haunt mode. Bring my sexy pendant down. There we go. All right, my little buddy here has been drying all night. His stem is sturdier, though when I picked him up, I did get a little break in there, so I didn't quite let him dry completely. And this bottom section still feels a little loose. I can tell it's also not dried completely, but I want to craft, damn it. So here we go. Let's fire up the clock. And this is all going to be about just getting this stem into final stem configuration. So time for pumpkin stem. As I believe I might have mentioned before, pumpkin stems are pretty easy. They're just lines that go up and then they out at the bottom. So not too bad. The way I generally tend to toss them onto the project here, come to think of it, I don't really need a holder for him. He's pretty well flat. I just like to roll my clay out into a bit of a snake. If my stem is dry and not holding on very well to things, I might just give it a little bit of a tap with smoothing paste. I don't want to push on this too much because, again, it did kind of break on me when I pulled it out, but I'm just going to lay this line right down to the bottom, and I'm going to push the edges more or less flat to the surface. And there's the start of my first little pumpkin ridge. And now Just going to do another little snaky snake. This still seems a little dry on the side to me, so I'm just going to give that a quick wetting. If your stuff is sticking, you don't need to do that wetting step at all. But pumpkin stems really are not hugely complicated. So there, got that on there. Now, of course, it's going to be really, really hard for me to push down on that side. So here we go back with our grab yourself a pen or pencil, and you can just push that right on down. And then the other side doesn't have anything obstructing it, so I can use my finger on there. And you're just going to keep going with this process to get your stem striped with a bunch of these little stem lines. We're going to go all the way around. Not too tough. Here we go. Hello, Ellie. How we doing? I'm in the midst of recording, so I couldn't instantly chat back, but this is all going to be fast forwarded because I've kind of done the instructive bit, and now we're going to do the doing it bit. Which other group were you checking out? Halloween DIY? Or what is it, DIY paper mache? Suffice to say, there's lots of groups. Lots of very, very cool groups. Where did I recruit you from? I'm very glad to hear that you're hooked. They are super fun, simple projects. And actually, I'm in the middle of recording the My First Pumpkin video series right now. That's what this one's all about, is for early adopters of artistic awesomeness. Gluing tissue paper would do really well. Yeah, some white paper would just take up whatever color that you need. Or if you plan on going particularly any color there, that's an amazing idea. Well thought, Christine. I didn't even consider that. Well thought. And that would be ridiculously cheap. Bear with me, a little on camera teaching. All right, I've gone around and done most of the spots here. I've got a spot here where it's quite flat and open. I don't want to send a full line up to the top because I think it'll get kind of crowded. So I'm going to make a smaller one. It's only going to go about halfway up or so and vanish. And you can do this in any spot where you just don't quite have the coverage that you like. You think really well when you're sleepy, Christine. Really, really well. All right, so I've just got a bunch of lines there. Any spots where you are not happy with the gap, like I wouldn't mind having a more of a a bulb out here, because on this pumpkin stem, there's one major groove here, but a lot of these spots have these kind of secondary little bump outs. So to replicate that, I'm just going to make kind of a tiny little ball and then a small thing that goes up that's just going to kind of anchor and reflect that pumpkin look. And we'll push the edges in with our tool. Now, if the edges don't go in perfectly, you can try to find something with a little bit more of a rounded end to it. Like this is the bottom of a paintbrush slash silicone folder, but really, really easy to obtain. So much so that I don't mind cheating with it. And the rounded edge will make short work of that inclusion. So there is that little addition right down and in. If you got any spots that you want that, you can add it to it, and I'm going to do just that. "24" sounds about right, especially if you've got an 8-inch Myers. That's not going to be a small figure by any means. All right, let's grab the bottom of a paintbrush to be a little bit more authentic. The rest is in the back. Nobody's going to really see it. So there is my stem. Just the main structure, a bunch of side lines. I'm going to hit it now with some smoothing paste just to make sure that it's all good and set down. And I'm going to run my brush just in the same direction as the overall flow of the stemlets. I'm not going to worry too much about hitting the insides perfectly or trying to knife edge up like we did with the deep grooves, but I may very well tap them if I don't like the level of roughness versus smoothness that's in there, because I know that hitting it with the paste will smooth it right out. Doing paste and painting underneath can be a little bit more challenging, so don't sweat it if that's a bit of a pain. But there is that stem, pretty well smoothed out. It looks pretty pumpkin-y. And now I only have to worry about the top. The top is really up to you. You can stop there because this one is absolutely shardified. It looks gross and awful, and that's what pumpkin stems look like. So you can stop there. I like to put a little bit of a cap on my pumpkins for artistic sake. I just like the look of it. But this should be considered very, 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 very optional. And then the other thing I like to do with my cap is just take something and dimple a little bit around there and leave a kind of sticking out central section. And that's how I like to do my tops. And then the very last thing I'll do is hit it with a little smoothing paste to make sure that it doesn't look too funky grody. And again, just keep painting in that same direction as the stem. Can be a little bit tough along the bottom, but most folks will not be looking there anyway. This is the hidden section of the pumpkin. And there we go. I've got a little bit of cracking in there, but I'm pretty sure that when I throw a base coat of paint on there, the paint will flow in and solidify it right up. And that is the stem. The only other thing I noticed on this particular pumpkin, and if you have this same issue, you might find that this guy is doing a little bit more of a bendy chomp capacity than I want him to be able to do. This can be an indicator that the pumpkin's just been a little bit too moist for a while. And if you have a pumpkin like this who gets in a spot where there's a lot of moisture later on in its life and water seeps in, then the mouth can start to crunch down and sag. So just to prevent that, and what you can do with just about any pumpkin, and I'll be honest, I've done it on a couple that I'm doing for this tutorial, just go inside, find spots that you'd like to reinforce, and just mush some clay onto the side, right at the edge of the jaw, right around here on the inside of the pumpkin, and that will somewhat help that sagging capacity. So I'll do a little reinforcement on this and show you what I did for it. Mind you, this guy's pretty thick, so he shouldn't need a whole bunch of reinforcing. And because this is on the inside and it's all going to be relatively smooth, you don't need to worry too much about hitting it with any special smoothing paste. Nobody will notice it. It's going to be in great shape. Just if you're doing this at the same time I am, make sure you don't whack your stem against something else while you're in the middle of a reinforcement job. Yeah, that's because I'm pointing to a different camera for the recording of this one. It's filming for the tutorial. So don't worry, you'll see it in the video. Okay. So right in here on the sides, I've got some extra reinforcing. And right along the bottom, hereabouts, some extra reinforcing. Not too worried about it. This pumpkin is nowhere near as thin as the ones that I did without a shell as examples. I also notice I've got a little crack right there that I'm not a huge fan of. Just throw a quick splatter of clay in to cover it up. And now we are a little bit less than 4 hours in to our adventure, and our pumpkin is, for the most part, set. And it's now where we're going to start to break up into some wonderful new techniques and concepts. 3, 2, 1. And there we stop. Good, 16-minute stem. This time I'm going to remember to pull the battery out of the clock of the project clock. Woohoo! Do, 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 do. All right. Oh. Yeah, so actually, you may be able to see it out of this one. This camera right here, Ellie, is the one that I am doing that tutorial teaching towards. And that's why it's not on there. But again, you'll see all that when we decide, to, or shouldn't say decide, when I edit that video together and it's all set. And the next phase is going to be the triple threat stuff. Yeah, pretty much. And see. Let's quickly make sure that stem is everything I really want it to be too. I don't want to little more of a divot in there. I mean, just super nitpicky crud. Yeah. But I gotta be honest, this is the, I must be honest in my methods. This is my first pumpkin, and my rule is no special stuff. Anything I do right here, right now is very nitpicky. So no silicone sculpting tools. The end of a brush is fine. A piece of wood that could be a pen or a pencil is fine, but it's designed to be as accessible for everybody as humanly possible. That's why we're using the toilet paper clay rather than the fiber clay. Yeah, we're going super accessible. I'm going to put this guy back in the drying spot, and then I'm going to grab one of these mammothy monsters. And use up the rest of the clay on it. Fuzzy Cat, how are you? Big piece of cardboard fell on the ground a couple of days ago, and Fuzzle has been using it as a resting mat. It's a little less dirty than the rest of the floor pieces, so I can't say as I blame her. I'd much rather be lying on a nice clean surface. And that means I'm just going to keep that there for her. Okay. I'm also really stoked because with the finish of the pumpkin there, I get to move on to the super sculpt of the others. Ah, all right. This beast that I clayed up yesterday. I should have not moved that bucket away underneath that. Oof. He's a big boy. Maybe I'll just take this stem and glue it on him. All right. He is completely shelled, though. So we're gonna. Check the FAQ. I do not, no. At least not presently. With the absolute ease of doing these tiny little 12-inch ones that I've been doing, though, I've been really thinking that if I don't need any, then I might start making some of those and, I don't know, either putting them out there on Etsy or something. The downside is they're not going to be cheap. Every single one is upwards of 4 or 5 hours of work, even if you assembly line with them. It's 4 or 5 hours of my time. I did craft with my mom on Saturday. And actually, come to think of it, that time doesn't even reflect the prep time because I got to mix all the clay and materials, and I'm not clocking that right now. I'm going to do it once on the camera and clock it. And just be like, and every time you mix up a batch of clay, it probably will take you about this long. Yep, my mom made a really nice bottle and probably sometime this coming week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday or so, she'll be back over to finish that bottle up. And then we'll have to find a good way to light it. I've got the puck lights for it, no problem. But I am somewhat less than impressed with the fluid-filled option. Yeah, a couple of coffee stirrers to do this faster and better. Yeah, we had a great time. I've got her thinking of new craft media, because normally she is an absolute die-hard super quilter, and she's an excellent, excellent quilter. But she heretofore had not really done much of the sculpty stuff that I do. All right, that's close enough for that. But that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I also wanted to experiment. Yes. I might do painted cabochons for the eyes on this guy as well. Very, very, very well might. I think that could look good. But first, we have a lot of pumpkin forming to do. The inside here is also quite a bit moist. Some of this paper is popping loose. Talent jogs in the family. I'm not much of a runner myself. Yeah. It's more the fact that I just enjoy doing it. I don't think I want to do that side though. God, that feels incredibly moist. That high humidity today didn't do us any favors. That section's kind of just peeling on the inside, which isn't a problem. That's why I threw the shell on to begin with. And now the beach ball's out. I love the echo in here. It's so cool. Now the beach ball is out. It'll behave a bit more. Okay. Let's couple options of what we can be doing with this guy. I don't want to do this spot. It's too wet. This spot over here is good, but it's kind of close to the face. I only have maybe 4 or 5 inches to play with. So what I might do is a little bit of pre-sculpting on the face, and it probably wouldn't hurt to lock in the cabochons. I hadn't really planned on using these ones, but so be it, Jedi. What I really want is my glue gun. Oh, that's right. We gotta turn off the camera. That works so much better when the battery's in the damn thing. Problem is those stupid batteries heat everything up. I wish there was a way to apply the contacts to the battery while still having the battery outside of the unit. Oh, for God's sakes, I don't need that. I just need to turn it off. There. Just turn it off. Shut it down. Let's go. All right, let's get some hot glue heated up. We'll do some pre-sculpting on the face, and if we have any clay left over, we're definitely going to have clay left over. We'll try to do some other stuff. I'm also thinking that I think I'm going to want to give myself a head start here. Just little cross pattern so I can pull this away from the inside. The cabochon, I believe, is going to need to have a internal set so I can push it in the back after all the claying is done. But if I have to cut into it from the back to get the cabochon extracted, that could be annoying. So if I give myself a little bit of headspace here, and I find where the scissors went. Come hither, scissors. Aha! No, come on. Perhaps you didn't understand the meaning of aha! And this should make it a little bit easier for me to extract the whole thing later. So we'll just give that a little snip. Give that a little snip. Aha. 101, 102, good God. Oh. Yeah. That sounds like a hell, quite frankly. I am not a huge fan of the stupid hot temperatures of summer. Some folks out there seem to really like it. I really don't. Not a big fan. These are going to be so much fun to use. I got to paint up a set for the eyes on my branch wraith. It's going to take a minute or so. I suppose I can start by, well, quite frankly, where's that tint brush? Here we go. The adhesion hasn't been too great. So I wouldn't mind just giving this a quick coat of paste. That done. I actually would love to get a dehumidifier for this room so badly, but I've spent so many bucks this summer on Halloween stuff that kind of watching my finances right now. And there's some Halloween stuff that I still have to get. And unfortunately, some idiot decided that freaking August was the time that everybody and their brother was going to start doing Halloween. Like, the hard to find and hard to get items all seem to disappear if you don't buy them in, like, August. Sometimes early September is too late. I found that out to my detriment when I wanted one of the Inferno pumpkins last year. And they were just all scooped up before I could nab one. So I need to get 2 of those 8-foot tall pumpkin stacks. That's going to be a pricey bit. We're heating up. Yep, we're heating up. We're actually pretty hot. So yeah, no dehumidifier for me, at least for right now. I'll buy them in the middle of winter when they're cheaper. But it'll certainly help the pumpkins in here dry. And avoid the humid fate. I definitely couldn't live in the South. Just couldn't take that kind of humidity and heat. Yeah, cool. Toss them up. Toss them up. Let us see your stuff. Yep, there we go. And obviously, this is the Facebook address that's right there on that main page. That should allow me to actually take this off afterwards. So, that shouldn't be that far back, but it's fine. It's all fine. Central Florida. Nice. Very nice. Bunches of people I have seen have had cool little project sheds. They have a nice fun time with them. We're going to make the mount for this cabochon. And the cabochon should be able to fit right into the socket after we pull it out from the back. And that way I know there'll be a really nice, near perfect place for it. It should socket right back in. Bones in a newspaper. Nice. I've never done newspaper bones. I imagine that would be a really, really cool method of doing it, though. Just rolls up, super easy. Put some stuff on the ends and you're good. To my knowledge, we still have like a bucket of foam bones that I got ages ago. used to throw them around the yard, and then we got sick and tired of tripping over. We always lost a couple every year from stepping on them. All right, so this is a pre-sculpt. It's a little thick for my liking, but with the beach ball removed, I'm going to have some, not a lot, but some bidirectional drying. Provided we don't get another stormy day tomorrow. Okay. Now, the only part I really give a snot about is around these eyes. Since I want the housings for this to be pretty close to perfect for when I do come back with the main pumpkin texture. All right, where's my sculpting tools? Come hither, ye forbidden fruits of the first time pumpkin video. Mr. Chicken. For the newspaper bones, I assume? Let's check his stuff out. Wink. Mr. Chicken newspaper bones. Mr. Chicken's Haunted Projects blog. I assume that's going to be a chicken haunt blog post. That's awesome. Oh, I love his zombie guy here. Yeah, I'll have to give that a peruse. Thank you for passing on that link, Christine. I appreciate it. I love to learn. I love to see. What just a beautiful bloody night this has been. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, not that one. Probably. Yep, that should work. Just give that a little touch in rim. Yeah, especially on this sun. I want that further back. A lot further back. Wow. Jasper. Jasper chicken? I'm sure you're fighting typing and whatnot. But there is a guy named Mr. Chicken now. That's a pretty cool looking channel, though. Mr. Chicken's Haunt Blog. It's cool. Is that the name of the channel? Now I could go for some chicken. Is KFC still open? Mm. Oof. I think you should be able to, Christine. I don't think I have any mods against or any auto moderations against links. In fact, I know I don't because the stupid porn bots show up every now and again. Actually, that's more on Twitch, though. I think this one's got a little bit too much / too close on the bottom. Leave myself some room here to shave it off. Yeah, take your time. Oh, I love doing that. Paint, especially like the outdoor latex paints, have just gotten absurdly expensive. I also picked up some, oh, what is it? It's like an alternative to polyurethane, and it's like $16 on a pint of the stuff. It was just pathetically small. I thought I was getting like the quart size, but dumb me didn't read it carefully enough. And so I got this tiny little thing. Like, I just spent $15 on this. Are you freaking kidding me? Good stuff. Thanks, Christine. We appreciate it. Hmm. Yeah, I don't even know if pre-sculpting actually even works that well. Still an untested pumpkin-y technology. And I definitely don't need to do this smoothing, but I just like the look of it. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, that sauce there is its last day. That stuff's getting gross. I know that feeling, Christine. I know that feeling very well. Oh, that might be a little too much angle up on him. Yeah, he's likely to tip backwards if I do that much. My earlier thought and just go with a bit of tape. Let's do some big, sharp, nasty teeth. I can already tell this guy's going to be about the teeth. Hmm. That is a lot of clay. It's not going to dry for a while. That's soft too. Yeah, it's still kind of wet. We're going to need to be careful with this fellow. Come what may, though, this is the phase of pumpkining that I enjoy the most. Just doing the fun sculpts. Jasper Janderson. All right. Might get that in a sec here. Oop, that's my label maker. There we go. Jasper. Jasper J. Anderson. 3D scanning monsters. Okay. That's his latest one. Good, because I've been considering a 3D scanner as well. Excellent. I am looking forward to checking it out. That'll be my, as I lay down to bed, wind down with a couple of his videos. He also had me at the 3D scanner. Yeesh. You're looking more terrifying than I thought you would. These teeth do need to smooth down. So much robot chicken. I'm also going to check out that Mr. Chicken's blog, though. That looked interesting. He's got like a. So I don't think he's updated it in a while, but the text was very small too. So I have a lot of clay left, and I've pre-sculpted most of what I can with this guy safely. I really don't want to get into this lower area because it is so damp on the inside. And there is a limit to what I can do with pre-sculpting. I'll have to check it all out. I'm always interested in new makers and crafters. Makers, crafters, and streamers. Streamers who are makers and crafters. This roll of tape was not intended to be used as a balance. Try to do that on the other side of the mouth, and then I'm probably going to throw him into a drying spot. Nice. I really enjoy 3D scanning, or 3D stuff in general. I think it's the wave of the future. Oh, that's so much better. Technology is a long way from where it's got to be the wave of the future, but nice. I love getting those alerts. The stuff I need is on the way. Always a very happy sensation. All right, how are those pre-sculpts? Good. Those are good pre-sculpts. I ordered myself some shelves so I can raise the computer screen up, because right now I can't see squat around this big fat bulbous head of a pumpkin. I'm looking forward to having it lifted about another 10-12 inches up there. There we go. Oh, I'm terrible with Harbor Freight. It's like the candy store for me. I just want everything. I want all of the everything. There he goes. All right, let's go grab that other monster. And I don't care where the stuff is for him. We're going to have to use up a big wad of clay. Hello, fuzzy cat. Yeah, big yawn. I know, it's like 1 in the morning. The hell is Dad doing this late? In all fairness, though, getting OBS working was extremely cathartic. All right, now I'll point that there. Ooh, there's a really nice cold breeze coming in. Oh. Gotta take care of your fuzzles. I'm with you there. Starting to get a little tired myself. Damn. This is too wet. I suppose I could do this section here, but that's way too wet. Aw. Not doing another fuzzle? I kind of know that when mine pass, I'll probably have to grab some more. They keep me much more sane than I would be otherwise. Of course, I don't want to think about my guys passing. I love them both. And I do not want them to go away. Madge, stay healthy, okay? Stick with me. Very long time. I want my kitty. I want my kitty with me always. So much clay. This was 2 toilet paper rolls worth. Now I know next time I do this, I really can't make that much. Or I need to start up some new pumpkins. Or just new projects. Ooh. Yeah, that would be hard. Still, 18 and 19 is a very good run for a puzzle. Very, very, very good run. If my little girl makes it to 18, 19, I will be very happy. She will have had a very good run. Ah, okay. So you've got a lot of responsibilities. So elderly pets usually need a lot of extra care too. As obviously you already well know. Hey, did you know? Said that guy on YouTube. I'm with you there. The craft must flow. The spooky must occur. Just reminding you that food and cuddles have to happen. Well, I guess we're going to get our first experiments with a pre-sculpt here. I'm about to hit a spot where I pre-sculpted. I'm pretty sure this I've got more than enough clay. Dude, I can't believe this is only 2 toilet paper rolls worth. This is so much clay. And I'm really laying it on stupidly thickly, too. This guy's going to need a few days to dry, or he's going to need some serious direct sun exposure. I don't get a lot of direct sun around here. I intentionally grow my trees to block the damn ball of doom. Fuzzy says, "What the hell are you up to?" That's a flat pack tooth. This is also a flat pack tooth. I can do more dental work on him in post, but the guilt of the kitty is mighty. This will go up to the top. And that already kind of did. There we go. Whew, we got sharp tooth here. We got broken tooth down here. Oh, no, I really haven't. Because I tend to think that breaks the illusion. And I am a huge, huge believer in not interfering with anyone's suspension of disbelief when it comes to my haunt. I need their brains to do a lot of the work for me when it comes to spooking themselves. It's the same reason I avoid movie monsters and aliens, as it really messes with people's suspension of disbelief. This is a big flat looking tooth. You probably could. I'm kind of remembering the Mr. Hyde analog from the Bugs Bunny cartoon, and I think you could make a hell of a pumpkin based on that kind of face with hair. But it is not something that I would make. I have no doubt somebody else could probably rock the hell out of it. It would be awesome. to the edge here on this clay. This is a pumpkin that's going to need a lot of help facing upwards. How much have we got here? Oh, God, it's like slamming a sausage down onto this guy. Though the pre-sculpt is working out really nicely so far. I'm glad I did it. I think it might have some serious merit. We'll see how it goes next time I work on them, when I have to work on that nose. But so far, I like it a pre-sculpt. Something dumb. What did you do? What did you do? Hospitalization or it doesn't count is really dumb. Physician up and on. Is that a an app or something? I'm assuming you didn't have your doctor on the phone. Or I'm assuming that you're still fighting with that Kindle again. Oh my God, I can feel the weight of this clay. Ah, gotcha. That makes more sense. Okay. Getting there. Really stupidly close, actually. Oh, I got flat down there for a square tooth. Probably take a little bit more up here. Nope, this is about it. Might be going a little bit above and beyond up on the pre-sculpt section. It's not really a problem though. It's just a bitch to continue the layer lines. Just tack the rest right about here. Woof, so much clay. Damn. All right. Spatula. Probably shouldn't do this first, but I enjoy it. Yeah, let's work with a slick surface to start with. So I definitely want to use up this sauce. Ooh, I definitely want to unplug my heat gun before my hot glue gun before I torch something important. Like me again. All right. Apply sauce gently to cooking area. Okay. Now we gotta blend the surfaces. Very, very carefully. Well, not that carefully. It's one of those. Not everybody will see it or care or notice. Surfaces blended. Whoop. This is gonna be one big challenge of giant pumpkins. Pumpkin garrote. I should just make some handles for this thing. Hey, Moonlight. God, I wish I did. I was looking at dehumidifiers. And they just weren't quite in my budget this year. I may still bite, but suffice to say, if I hadn't gone the route of the new computer, there would definitely be a dehumidifier up here, 1000%. I have a dehydrator downstairs for food that just fits my little 12-inch pumpkins, and I have thrown them in there before. So I'd very much, very much recommend using those mechanisms if you have the means. Lord knows I would have a super dehumidifier in this room if the gods of budget didn't prefer shiny new computers. Suffice to say. It was a choice that we made. Whether or not we made the right choice, I'm gonna slope that down. That's a tooth edge. I gotta slope this down. This is probably gonna end up being one of the grooves. Next time. Yeah. I really wish I had one, and I wish I had one that had some sort of, takes the humidity in the room way, way, way down. I think a lot of the household models tend to, like 30% kind of maximum, but if I could find a unit that could take the humidity down even further, I'd go for it. I hadn't even thought yard sales. But again, as you said, that's a luck call. Not always a good one, and you roll the dice anytime you yard sale. Maybe you get a good unit, maybe you get a piece of trash. Everybody uses their best judgment, of course. I don't think I have one in the basement either that I could bring up, but quite frankly, if there's one in the basement, there's a reason it's in the basement. I don't want to shortchange that particular piece of logic. Suffice to say, it will be happening. I just do this crafting way too much to not invest into such a useful piece of gear. So, yeah. There will be one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there will be. It'll be good. It'll be the best dehumidifier. Okay. There's major grooves. We just need to do some gunk smoothing here. I'm going to worry about the top later just because this is such a large pumpkin. If it gets away from me and goes for a roll, then a lot of work is going to get chewed up. And I just don't fancy that this evening. I would rather pick up from a leave-off point than do a, oh crap, I have to do that now before it dries. And this guy's going to be in drying for a couple days anyway. It's just too big and these layers are too thick. All right, let's do a little bit of Tooth line care. So carefully with the plates. Bilbo Baggins hates. Okay. That's not too bad, though there is an ugly spot up here, which we can make go away. Thank you, brush. You're amazing. All right, there's a little bit of all right, that's good. Let's put some minor grooves in. Some of those up top may not even matter if we have to sculpt over them. Okay. That's going to need a monstrous ton of drying time. Looks good, though. I am pleased. Though this doesn't really follow the correct line of the face, but we'll cross that bridge later. Oh. Right, I have one more bucket over there. I don't want to risk trying to put him in front of the fans. We'll just put him behind and then we'll put him up. later tomorrow after he's had some time to drive. Woo! Wait. God, I really like the look of that. All right. But he's heavy. Oh, particularly with all the water log on him. Put him right behind the fans. Try to get some passive airflow from that. Whoa. Big gopher. My hands are covered with that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful combination of paste and glue that exfoliates so beautifully. All right, we're going to try our BRB screen. I need to use the restroom real quick. I was hoping to ventilate any heat from them to the outside if I was lucky. All right, back in a sec, gang. Sorry about that. I forgot that the video sound effects are entirely too loud until you bring them back down. So if that was a nightmare, my apologies. Whew. I had to reset OBS up for everything this evening and only found out earlier that some of those effects are way too damn loud. Oh, nice. All right, back to monitoring and back to streaming. There we go. Yep, sorry. Sorry. If it's any consolation, I got nailed like 3 times earlier with earbuds in. Absolutely kerblasted. Especially the first time I fired it up, because unfortunately it pipes the tunes out to stream without giving you a great idea of how loud it really is. Let's just say maybe I wanted to spread out the agony I had to endure earlier myself. Even still, sorry. That was not intended. As I was over in the restroom, I was thinking, oh God, did I turn that thing down? Oh no. Oh no. No. So now it's going to be like, all right, I wonder why everybody left the stream. Because that asshole decided to freaking deafen us. All right. All right. Yes. Button there. I'm also just keeping an eye on my other stuff on the stream here to see what other wonderful buttons work. I want to get some sound bites. I mean, I'm not a big sound bite person, but I want a few. All good, Christine. All good. It is definitely late. Late. I had to do the rip the earbuds out when I got blasted earlier. All right, we've used up all the clay. I now know that 2 toilet paper rolls makes a very formidable amount. I think a couple days ago I used 3, but I was working on a bunch of projects. But not really. Damn. $1.20 well spent, I think. We'll have to do one of the sound bites later on as I wake up. I actually used to do a trick in class when I had people who were mad, crazy jabbering and completely ignoring the lesson. I would stop and I would just continue in my lesson voice. And if you are listening to me right now, you are going to want to put your hands to your ears. Yep, you definitely would. If you're listening right now, you're catching this. You're going to absolutely want to just plug your ears. And those folks who were just jabbering between each other, checking their phones and whatnot, had no idea what I had just said. And then I would play an absolute claws on chalkboard sound at the top volume. And everybody who was listening to me was just like, yep, not catching any of it. No problem. And everybody else like, oh, what the hell are you doing? What? I told you. I told you. I tried to warn you. Let's get a little bit of tunes going on here, and we'll do I've got a little bit of disgusting sauce here left, and I want to use it up. So I grab some music. That'd be from the music folder. Yep. I wonder if I have Labyrinth in here. H-I-J-K. I might not, unfortunately, not in this library. Nox Arcana, Omnia. I have Pan's Labyrinth, but I'll go to sleep if I start listening to that. Oh, the Pumpkin Jack soundtrack. I'm down. Yes, I hit the play button. Cool. All right. Let's use up this sauce. This brush is fine. I also want to separate the brushes that need cleaning from the ones that don't. I've only really used, only used this one tonight. Okay, let's carefully witchwood the aluminum crown. I was also wondering if I wanted to diffuse the light on this a little bit. Where's the remote for it? There it is. This might be something I want to do with it lit. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put wispy cotton over huge sections first to diffuse it. They may not leave bruises, but then they have you going, what? What? For the next 30 years. Nobody has any fun doing that. All right. Fortunately, I still have a bag full of clean cotton. And this was actually the sauce I made to work with my mom. Only fitting that we use all of it. You know, I should just... There. There, that's what I intended to do all along. Yeah, see? Mmm. Keep this quite moist because I've got a lot of stuff in here that didn't really get exposed on the inside, and I do want this to be some good witchwood. Actually, the biggest spot that's going to need diffusion and modulation is going to be around these horns. And quite frankly, in some areas here, I'm not going to want to stain at all. I'm just going to want to keep this keep it practically white witchwood. Really tease this out. All right. Kind of wish I was able to do this out of a electroluminescent strip. It's gonna be all whacked out. You know, the tissue paper wouldn't be too bad, but I like the irregular diffusion that comes with the cotton on this project. Tissue paper would give me a very regular diffusion, which isn't quite what I'm after. Downside is I have way too much witchwood there, or proto witchwood, really. There we go. Whew. Really need the thinnest wisps. Extreme translucence. This crown might not being a little bit impact sensitive as well. Very much a bonus project anyway. I printed this about a year or two ago with the intent to make a far more luminescent crown. And it's certainly brighter. I just don't know if it'll be better. Actually, though, if this one turned out to not match for my purposes, maybe I'll sell it. Or make an ascended version of my Halloween spook character. Some of these sections I can go thick strips on. They're going to need to be hidden anyways. I just hope the material maintains a facsimile of its translucence. Just have to hide all the lights and electronics. Glad I'm doing this with the lights on too. There's nothing else around here that needs witch wood. Oh, no. There is something else that needs witch wood. Thank God. Look at all this stuff I got left. Like, I mean, not like this stuff's expensive, but I don't like to waste it. And it's not like I couldn't reconstitute it by just getting it wet again. But all right. That's about all I want to safely do on that right now. No one will see the top, so that light right there can remain completely exposed. This light here can also remain quite exposed. Make a hole there. Let more light through. This light. Should still be exposed. Like a hole there. All right. Oh, now thank God we still have this project over here. I was worried there for a bit. The trick for this one is going to be hiding all of the direct fairy lights that I can. The more I look at this one, though, the more I'm less worried about those puck lights you guys were talking about earlier. Because in here is just fairy lights. And polyfill. And that's doing a darn decent job of illuminating this. Though I did make sure that the polyfill was extremely thin throughout. I won't hide them all, but I could have. I could have gone cotton frosting over the whole kit and caboodle here. But right up here is a spot where the polyfill's rather heavy. And not a lot of light is leaking out. Of course, in the dark, that's completely unnoticeable. Hmm. That's about all we can do. Let that dry. Yeah, I've just got some wisps of witchwood left. I'm gonna make a ground lattice here. Probably ought to put it on some aluminum foil. Hey, some aluminum foil. You know, I bet a standing lantern of this would look pretty cool. I wonder if I can get this stuff to have enough strength for it. Hold on to that thought for a sec. Here's what we'll do. We'll make a little wisp wall here. And there they are. At least it wasn't a sex channel bot this time. I am going to be really curious to see how this comes out. If this works, we could have a really cool surface for making like lanterns. All right. All sorts of cool stuff. Now with what we got left, well, which would it? we'll take the witchwood a little bit north of the wisp wall. There we go. Now, if this stuff can survive getting pulled off of here, good Lord, it should look beautiful. I hear you, Moonlight. I'm actually kind of zapped on the concept of what this could look like if it doesn't fall to pieces. But we'll give it some good drying time. And let me use up the last of the sauce and gubbins here. These last ones I'm just gonna toss. Oh, holy mackerel! What a night. All right, that's all witchwooded, and God, I can't wait to see how this turns out. I really can't. It should be a flat wall of witchwood that is semi-translucent. That God only knows what kind of crazy cool crap we can use it for. And I have the other solution to your dozing off. I'm about to be done for the night. There's really next to nothing else I can get done right now. We got tons of projects that are just at a stage where they're drying. There's nothing else we can do. And we got a bunch of projects here that are not so much further along than I thought they'd be, but in areas where they thought, ooh, ooh. But we're going to call it here. Thank you to everybody who hung out, sharing nifty ideas, and being awesome crafters that you all are. I appreciate it. keeping me company, stopping me from going mad. And yeah, hope to see y'all on the Facebook group if you feel like it. I'm just jazzed right now. Really, really jazzed. This OBS streaming working is just. I'm stoked. Not having to have technical difficulties and knowing I probably won't have technical difficulties and having the screens change real fast, I am. I'm over the moon. All right. Be that as it may, though, it is time for Betty Bye. So have a fantastic night. Stay cool, stay crafty, and keep your pumpkins shining bright.